In the heart of New York City, where neon lights and hurried footsteps painted the streets, Emma Grayson navigated life with a quiet determination. At 26, she worked as a barista in a cozy Greenwich Village cafe, her dreams of becoming a writer buried under student loans and rent for a shoebox apartment. Raised in a small Ohio town by her grandmother after her parents passed, Emma carried a warmth that drew people in, though she often felt invisible in the city's chaos. Her worn cardigan and messy bun stood out in a world of polished suits, but her kindness, slipping extra pastries to homeless regulars or listening to a stranger's woes, defined her. One rainy October evening, Emma's best friend, Mia, insisted she try a blind date. "You're too good to be alone, Mia said, shoving a dress into her hands. Emma, skeptical but trusting, agreed. The date was set at La Belle, a chic Manhattan restaurant she'd never afford on her own. Nervous, she arrived early, clutching a borrowed red dress that felt too bold. The host pointed her to a corner table, where a man sat alone, his back to her. Assuming he was her date, Emma sat down, heart pounding. "Hi, I'm Emma," she said, her voice soft. The man turned, and her breath caught. He was striking mid-30s, with piercing blue eyes and dark hair, his tailored suit hinting at wealth. He looked surprised but smiled. "Liam," he said, extending a hand. They talked, and Emma's nerves melted. Liam was attentive, asking about her life, laughing at her stories of cafe mishaps. She shared how she wrote poetry in her journal, dreams she rarely voiced. He listened, his gaze warm, never mentioning his own work. When she apologized for her thrift store dress, he waved it off. "You make it look like couture." The night ended with a promise to meet again. Emma floated home, unaware she'd sat at the wrong table. Her real date, a self-absorbed gym bro, had left in a huff after she never showed. Liam, however, wasn't her date either. He was Liam Carver, billionaire CEO of Carver Tech, dining alone after a brutal board meeting. He'd been charmed by Emma's authenticity, her lack of pretense a stark contrast to his world of calculated deals. They met again, then again, at diners and parks, never at places that screamed wealth. Emma fell for Liam's quiet humor and the way he seemed to see her. But whispers followed. At the cafe, a customer recognized Liam from a Forbes cover, spilling the truth. Emma, stunned, confronted him. "Why didn't you tell me?" she asked, hurt. Liam sighed, his eyes earnest. "Because you saw me, not my money. I haven't felt that in years." The truth shifted things. Paparazzi hounded Emma, snapping photos as she poured coffee. Blogs called her a gold digger. Her co-workers teased her, assuming she'd quit for a lavish life. But Emma, grounded by her roots, didn't want Liam's wealth, she wanted him. One night, overwhelmed, she broke down in his penthouse. "I'm just a barista, Liam. I don't belong in your world." He knelt before her, taking her hands. "You're not just anything. You're the one who makes my world make sense." The climax came at a charity gala Liam hosted. Emma, in a simple dress she'd sewn herself, felt out of place among glittering elites. A snide socialite mocked her, loud enough for the room to hear. "What's the barista doing here?" Gasps followed. Emma froze, ready to flee, but Liam took the stage. "Emma Grayson," he said, his voice commanding, "is the kindest person I know. She's taught me that wealth means nothing without heart. She's why we're doubling our foundation's grants to community programs." He stepped down, pulled her close, and whispered, "I love you." The room applauded, the socialite silenced. Emma's tears fell, not from shame but from the weight of being seen. Months later, she published her first poetry collection, dedicated to Liam, who read it by her side in their quiet Brooklyn apartment. The city still buzzed, but Emma and Liam built a life on kindness, proving humanity's power over status.